Hello everyone, it's Kingdom Silver here, and in today's video, I am bringing to you the sights and sounds of a coin and precious metal show that I went to last month. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Let's dive right in. So about a month ago, I went to the Crystal Clear coin show that was held at Harrah's North Casino in Kansas City. And it was a really interesting time to go to a coin show because this was the weekend that silver, that the week ending April 4th, where silver dropped almost 16%. So it was really interesting to talk to and get the atmosphere. It was actually a really well laid out coin show. I've been to just a few coin shows, nothing this large. So this would be my first really large, really major coin show that I've ever been to. Everything was laid out really well. The vendors were nice and spread out. And, you know, one of the things I really enjoyed about the show was just talking to people. It was, you know, a lot of us was commiserating about, hey, you know, we lost a good chunk of our net worth this week. But, you know, overall, the vibes were really good. The atmosphere was really good. And one of the things that I enjoyed most about the show was that I got to take my son, who is oldest son, who's 3 years old, and people were just incredibly gracious with us. And in fact, the event was really well set up for children. And in fact, they actually had a table in which kids could go to the show and could pick up a lot of free coins and coin collecting supplies. And I'll just show a couple of those on the screen here. We got this National Park quarters folder for him. We got some National Park quarters as well that came with that, and I'll zoom in here so as I'm putting things on the screen you can actually see what they are. So we got about 5 of those, and of course they had some, you know, different things, right, that kids could pick up. But another one that was really cool is they had this silver certificate, and we were able to pick up one of those. I've got several of them. This was his first silver certificate, and there was a lot of really just incredible vendors. Everybody was incredibly gracious to us. You know, I'm running around there. My son is very he's a people person like his mama. He does a really good job with adults, and is pretty conscientious for his age. But, you know, people gave us a lot of grace as he was looking at coins and so on and so forth. And actually, a really cool story from that was a dealer actually sold us this 30-gram Chinese panda, or pandas, I guess I should say in this case, just a gorgeous, gorgeous coin. And he said, you know what, these at the show, they were $44, but hey, for you guys, I will sell it to you for 40. Another person gave him this little plated note here, and actually picked up a couple of cool things for him. We got this colorized half Kennedy dollar, or Kennedy half dollar, I should say, and he really enjoyed that. So overall, the experience could not have been better for kids. As well with that, there was some really incredible things there. The selection, I think, was well above what I was expecting it to be. You had a couple of items that I was able to take pictures of. The first one here is of this 5 kilo, yes, I said that right, 5 kilo Armenian Noah's Ark, which is one of my favorite coins in general. You also had these banknotes here, these silver certificates that were absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what it is about old money, but man, it was just so classy back then. Just looking at these designs, I'm like, wow, like they kind of remind me of how some of the gold backs are nowadays. Also, there was quite a bit of silver coins. In fact, this one vendor here had quite a few different silver coins that were of different, you know, kind of that mix between the numismatics and the just, you know, standard silver coins. They had designs of like Snoopy and specialty coins of Star Wars. As I'm recording this, by the way, May the 4th be with you is when I'm recording this today. So in addition to that, James Bond and a lot of other characters. So really interesting that, again, selection, bar none, one of the best that I've seen. You know, if there was any fly in the ointment here, anything that I was like, this wasn't as great, it had to have been the fact that the premiums here were really rough. And this has been my experience at the few coin shows that I've been to, and actually at a lot of the bullion shops as well that I've been to. You know, when it comes to the large bullion dealers like SD Bullion, Bullion Exchanges, shout out to them as they often comment and pop in on the channel every now and again, Monument Metals, APMEX, you can't really beat their selection a lot of times, and you can't beat the price at which they can offer things. And you know what? That makes sense, because for a lot of people, they just don't have the ability, the volume, they don't have the economies of scale to bring good premiums. But I was honestly even more so surprised, because that week, silver was around 29.40, I think. I didn't see people coming off their premiums really hardly at all. I think the best deal I saw is that they had a couple of 10-ounce bars that were pretty scuffed up, that it was around 220, 225 over spot. So I was pretty, surprised at the lack of deals that I was able to find. And I came loaded for bear, because I thought, hey, with the decrease in the price of silver, there might be some people trying to get out of it, or at least offering competitive premiums. But in some cases, it was 500% more premiums cost wise to what you could get online. And while I love to shop local and support local, at some point it just doesn't make sense. So other than that, though, it was a great event. Again, just being able to do it with my son was fantastic. So in the comments, I'd love to hear, how has your experience at coin shows been? Again, overall for me, it was really positive, especially for my son, and how well he was able to hang in there with me. But I'd love to hear, do you like coin shows? Do you not like coin shows and the precious metal shows? Have you been able to find any good deals there? Have you been like me and it's, you're not able to find a ton? Would love to hear your thoughts. And also, if you guys have a nickname that I could give my son, I know Yankee Stacking calls his son Little Stacks. If you have any sort of nickname that I could give my son if I referred to him on the channel, I'd appreciate it. Without further ado, be blessed, be a blessing to others. We'll see you later.